Hello comrades, this is Chad here, and as you guys can tell by the title, inside today's video, I'm going to be doing my review of Alita Battle Angel. Before I get into the video, this is a minor warning for my review. Some of the information that I have, mainly at the beginning of the film, might be a little bit off, because I did write this script a couple days ago. I believe I wrote it around Friday or Thursday, so some of the information has changed since then, mainly the box office and some of the reviews. So sorry about that, and let's begin with my review. So some of the reviews of this film are: IMDb gave it a 7.6 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 59 out of 100. The director of the film is Robert Rodriguez, and he's directed a lot of different films. I will have a picture up on the screen of some of the other films that he's directed. The budget of the film is around $200 million, and so far in box office, whenever I wrote this script, it made a little bit over $155 million. Most of that money coming from foreign countries, because a lot of the money is, like I said, made by foreign countries for this film. And overall, I really enjoyed this film whenever I watched it. If you guys didn't see my wishes video, I would definitely recommend checking that out after you watch this video. But this film met most of my wishes. Like I said, the action and CGI were great inside this film. This is probably some of the best CGI that I've seen inside of a film in a long time. It's probably as good as Aquaman. And to be honest, probably some of the best CGI, like I said, inside of a film ever made. Like I said, the CGI is amazing inside this film, and as well as the action. Once the film really gets starting to go with the action sequences are great inside this film. I love the action sequences between the robots, and overall, like I said, CGI and action are probably the best parts of this film. I also really like the story. Going into this, that was one of my main concerns, is the story. Is it going to be interesting? Am I going to like it? And overall, like I said, I think the story is very interesting. I really like the world that was set up inside this film, but I feel like it has been done many times before throughout films. And like I said, I do feel like they went a little bit over the top with this, whole robotic arm thing, because pretty much everyone that you see in the film has a robotic arm, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, how did these people lose their arms? It doesn't seem like it's that much of a dangerous world out there that they've set up. So like I said, I feel like it was a little bit over the top whenever it came to stuff like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed the film. The writing inside the film wasn't great, but I feel like the actors did a good job with what they were given. But the writing to me was one of the biggest weaknesses of this film. We'll say this right now. The first 20 to 30 minutes of this film were terrible. But from there, it really started to pick up once the basic story got along. Like, the love story wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. It was a little bit weird, an interaction between a human and a robot. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, and it was almost cringy just watching this happen. But once it started to get along, it wasn't as bad as it looked inside the trailers, but it did seem a little bit forced, and it didn't seem like it worked too well. And also, I did feel like the ending of the film dragged on for a little bit too long, and some people are upset. I can understand why people are upset that they set this film up for a sequel, but personally, I would want to see a sequel for this film. I overall really enjoyed it. I did have some complaints with it, mainly the writing, so I do think for a future film, they should maybe get better people writing the actual script for it. And I'm glad the love story's out of the way. This is a minor spoiler. Of course, the guy dies inside of it. I think that was pretty obvious going inside the film, but I am glad, inside future films, they actually aren't going to have this love story going on, because to me, it just didn't work with a robot and a human. It was just a little bit weird to watch. But overall, like I said, I really enjoyed this film. I think the CGI is amazing inside this film. Probably one of the best films with CGI that I've seen in a while. The action is also great inside this. And overall, I really enjoyed this film. I would definitely recommend watching it. And in my opinion, this is the best adaptation of pretty much any property from Japan, except Godzilla. But I'm just mainly talking about anime and manga. And I am categorizing those two together because they are kind of similar. And like I said, I overall really enjoyed this film. This is a great adaptation of something that I've never read, and going into that was one of my main concerns, being, someone who's never read the manga of this. Am I really going to understand it or like it as much as some people are who actually read the manga? But like I said, I overall really enjoyed it, and if you are someone who hasn't read the manga or have read the manga, either way, you're going to enjoy this film. This is an extremely enjoyable film. The action inside of it is great, and also the CGI, and I would definitely recommend watching this film, and I'm going to give it an 8.7 out of 10. That's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button to become a Karma today. Drop a like on this video and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload a video. Make sure you guys go check out my previous videos where I talked about my wishes for Us, and I also showed you guys the evolution of Ghostface throughout film. If you guys haven't seen those videos, like I said, I would definitely recommend checking them out. Sorry I haven't uploaded for the past couple days. I've just been taking a little bit of a break off of YouTube, but I will hopefully be back again later today with a brand new video, so stay tuned for that. This is Titus signing off. Peace out.